Hi and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is a superhero movie review and we'll be having a look at the movie Unbreakable today. I'm Leo and this is Emma.
Hello!
Making her Geek Legion of Doom debut. So this being an M. Night Shyamalan film, it's going to have a twist in it, and so we're going to have to talk about this the film with some spoilers. So if you've not seen it, obviously go and watch the film before watching this review. So do you want to go for the little bit brief plot summary?
No, you do it.
No, okay. Fair enough. Alright, so this is, when you first want to watch this film, you wouldn't know it was necessarily a superhero film. It's kind of taken as a kind of, really a mystery film. And there's basically a train accident. This involves, Bruce Willis's character. Is it David Dunn, his character? Someone done.
He is the sole survivor.
Yeah, and he's the sole survivor and he's completely uninjured. And no one knows why, basically. And he's approached by Samuel L. Jackson's character, who is a man who is sort of constantly in a wheelchair. He's got like a condition with this. He has extremely brittle bones and is very susceptible to injury.
And he's known as Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass. And throughout the film, basically, he's kind of suggesting to Bruce Willis that you know, have you ever felt ill? You know, have you ever had any sort of injury? And kind of slowly but surely, we sort of learn that Bruce Willis can actually, you know, he's never been ill apart from when he was younger. He fell in a swimming pool and nearly drowned. But other than that, he's had no injury. And he starts to sort of, you know, find out that he's got you know, superhuman strength. He's got an ability where he can sort of touch someone. He'll kind of get a glimpse of who they are and kind of what they're doing. And sort of later on in the film, he'll basically sort of touch this guy, and he's apparently like a serial killer. He's got these sort of like people sort of tied up in a house and stuff. And he goes and saves them. And then it turns out that, you know, he thinks that Samuel Jackson's character is kind of almost like a friend, a sort of you know, someone who understands where he's coming from. But it turns out that Samuel Jackson's character actually sees himself as the nemesis of Bruce Willis's character, and almost the sort of the flip side of the coin. And
the whole time he's been looking for his hero, yes, for his bad guy.
Exactly, and that's ultimately the twist of that film. So, what did you like about it?
I liked the fact that the main character was a skeptic, and took convincing that he is the superhero. I think that's an interesting take on the genre.
Yeah.
And I liked the fact that during the film, his discovery of his superpowers helped him build bridges with those he loves.
Yeah, there were some quite touching scenes actually. I think especially with his son.
Yeah.
There's a scene kind of where his son's really the only one that's in on it initially.
That's where he's doing his lifting of weights.
Yeah, and he's kind of like he's pointing the gun at him because he thinks that he's not gonna, you know, he's not gonna hurt him and stuff. And it's you know, it's a good
touching
scene.
Moments.
Yeah, it's a good scene. What do you think about Samuel Jackson?
Oh, I love him.
Yeah,
I love him generally, but I loved him in that, and I liked he played someone who is so feeble and broken.
You do feel quite sorry for him, don't you?
You do. He's quite an emotive character.
You do sort of sympathise with him.
And then you realise that he's quite twisted. And this whole search for his hero has not been in the name of good. And he's done some very dark and twisted things in his time.
We find out actually he's the one that caused the train
accident,
along with other sort of apparent accidents, just so
disasters.
Just so he can find, you know, the person who is essentially going to be the opposite to him. They're going to be like the most you know, the superhero almost.
Nice little M. Night Shyamalan twist.
I don't think it was his best twist. I have to say.
No.
Although I think this is one of his better films, genuinely.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'd rank it probably 3rd or 4th.
To be honest, this would actually be my favourite film of his.
Okay.
I would say. I think maybe on par with Okay, what it's called now? Why Should Dead People?
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, yeah.
For me, it goes Sixth Sense, Signs, Unbreakable. I think.
The Last Airbender.
I think it comes third for me.
No, I would say. I mean, to be fair, I'm a kind of a bit of a superhero geek, so I'm kind of skewed a little bit in my sort
biased.
of my opinions on stuff. What didn't you like about it? Was there any sort of negatives that you could take away from it?
As much as I liked some of the sentimental stuff, some of it was a tad cheesy, maybe a little.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, it's not his best twist.
No, it's not. It's not the best. It's not really a criticism, but I found it quite a quiet movie in the fact that they always seem to be whispering.
Oh, I found that moody.
Yeah.
I liked that. I found that moody and atmospheric.
Sometimes, but I personally felt like it was overdone a little bit. They kind of did it so much. It was kind of like lots of whispers and long pauses. You know, that's fine in certain scenes, but it seems to be quite a lot in this film. That's a really, really nitpicky thing to say. I have to say. But generally speaking, I don't really have all that many general gripes to this film. It was a really different take on the sort of the superhero genre, and arguably you could say, strictly speaking, it might not even be a superhero film, but ultimately this was an origin story almost of someone who potentially could be, a superhero, and what it will be like in almost like a real.
It's like a real life take.
Yeah, I don't know if I completely bought Samuel L. Jackson's motivations. I have to say, to be honest with you.
You have to be quite a twisted mind to understand that, though. I
mean, you could just say he's mad, but if he wanted, he ultimately wanted to be a supervillain, but to what end?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What was his end game? Was it money? Was it power?
The only thing you can say about him is that he's obviously bitter and twisted, but is that enough motivation in itself?
Yeah, I mean, I understand that he wanted to kind of find his counterpart, but really, you could argue why. Why would you want to do that? Obviously, if he's that physically weak, he could be stopped very easily.
Yeah.
But so why would you want it in the first place? But even before that, and more so, why would you? What was his motivation for kind of? Did he want to become rich? What did he want to do?
I suppose the story didn't really focus as much on him.
No.
So
all it is, he wanted to find his kind of good counterpart, if you like, but I didn't necessarily completely buy into why he wanted to.
No, there's a believability issue there, but I
still enjoyed it, but that's again, it's a relatively nitpicky.
It is, and I generally think, especially with M. Night films, you kind of have to suspend your disbelief for a little bit, and just kind of go along for the ride. So generally, that's what I try and aim to do, rather than find fault. I generally just try and enjoy it for the ride that it is. So maybe I struggled less with that than you did.
This is one film where I'd like to see a sequel of.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'd have to say, but I don't think if they did it and they continued with Bruce Willis's character, who I actually quite liked in it well.
I did.
As well. I don't think they should have it. They couldn't make it too twisty just for having a twist's sake.
No, they'd have to be quite careful how they dealt with it.
It'd have to be more of a kind of traditional narrative, I think. But there was talk of doing a sequel at some point, but it never really materialised to do anything.
Oh, I love great shames.
Anyway, so we do a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. So out of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I'm going to give it a 7.
Yeah?
I liked it. I wouldn't rave about it madly, so I'm going to say 7, maybe at a push an 8.
Well, I would say an 8, so we'll average it out at 7.5.
Deal.
How about that? All right. What was your favourite M. Night Shyamalan film, if I'm saying that correctly? Leave me a comment and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
In the links below.
See you later. Bye now.